have a simple video for you on making baby backgrounds. Now, backgrounds are something that every artist wants to tackle. They're not particularly all that fun, depending upon who you are. If you love making backgrounds, then more power to you, and I wish I had your skills. That being said, I just saw Zootopia this past weekend, and so I had to do a little something for it. And with that, I decided that I would do a video about making simple backgrounds for this. As you can see, I've drawn Nick and Judy, and instead of having them just standing there in plain space, I am incorporating a teeny tiny background there. And this is something that you could call a spot illustration. A lot of people do this, whether it be just with simple standing characters or portraits, you know, just something so your characters aren't really just floating in space. It could be as easy as just making a color behind them. Sometimes people put shapes. As you can see, I put just like a simple circle behind them. And I use that by outlining the the little jar that I hold my water in, and behind them I just have some trees, some trees and some bushes, and then a building, and then the sky. Nothing to take away from you know, the characters, because that is the focal point of my illustration, and that's what I really wanted to focus on, because you know, sometimes we have those pieces where we just want to really draw the characters, but we don't necessarily want to spend time on the background, but we kind of really just care about the characters, but we don't want them to float in air. I hope you know what I'm getting at, but yeah, anyways, so a way to achieve this is to just stick with simple, easy shapes and little things that go with your character. You don't even have to go as far as to be like, oh my gosh, I have to put a building and I have to put earth in there and other things. You can do simple colors. Complementary colors will make your characters pop, and sometimes just simple shapes. I pulled something from the world of Zootopia. I looked at a lot of images and I was like, oh, okay, trees, oh, okay, buildings. And I pulled colors that I was already using on Nick and Judy. I didn't outline them, and I kept them very textured and patterny, and I let a little bit of the plants seep outside of the shape so it doesn't seem so, you know, copy and paste, cut and paste, however you want to call it. Just keep things simple and figure out what you want to get out of the illustration, you know, because with this, I really just wanted to focus on drawing the characters and having fun with that, and then the background was kind of like an afterthought and just is there to help my piece. So you don't want to spend too much time on it. Think simple. Don't, you know, get too carried away or spend too much time on it. This is for pieces where, as I said, you kind of just want to focus on drawing what it is you really want to draw, but you want to give it a little more life than just a standard doodle bop on a piece of paper. The best thing you can do is just really experiment. I've been experimenting with, you know, backgrounds and shapes, and just more often than not, I'll just put a color there, and I'm sure you see a lot of artists where they'll just do portraits or pieces with characters, and they'll just do a square or a circle or just geometric shapes, and there's nothing wrong with that. It actually usually ends up working out for the best, because the focal point is, you know, the characters, and I like getting into expressions, just enjoying drawing them. And a lot of people fail to realize when they're making their pieces is you think, especially when you're in school or however it's been put into our heads, that we have to create this elaborate illustration with, you know, these amazing poses and this amazing color and shading, and the background has to work and everything has to be amazing, and just, I think we tend to get lost in all of those things, and it takes away from what we're really trying to do with the piece. So when you're sitting down to create a background, just remember why you want to sit down and do the illustration to begin with and what you're trying to get out of it. If it's the characters or a profile, maybe you should do something a little more simple and not worry so much. If you can't think of a background, maybe just stick to a complementary color or some shapes or anything that attributes to what it is you're drawing. And start small. That's why it's simple. And you know, pretty much the background here is just a bunch of blobs and textures, and I'm basically just insinuating that they're in the city, and you can tell that, but the focus doesn't pull for my characters. I hope this was at any way, shape, or form helpful for you guys. I plan on doing another background video for something that's not so simple. But I hope you're having a wonderful week. Let me know what you think of this video, or if you have any ideas for any other art videos that you'd like to see from me. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!